guys, I went out of state. I'm in Tennessee fishing at Reelfoot Lake. Me and a buddy saw a tournament that opened up. We decided why not give it a shot. I haven't been on the lake very much. Fished for about 2 hours yesterday. Caught one good one. I'd like to catch 3 of those. Limit's 3 today. Best 3. Got all day, so let's see what happens. $13.25, fish number 1. One of the right ones. Yeah, it's one of the right ones. That is one of the right ones. Whew. "19 inches. Need 2 more of those. Oh, mercy. That's a big grinnell. All right, 14 3/4. That's my limit fish. So yeah, I would like to call this one in that 13 1/4, but I'm always glad to have a limit. Okay, it's my first catch since early this morning. 17 1/4. That's a 4-inch upgrade. That's good. Now I got a 14 3/4 to get rid of, I think. Whew. Well, I don't know if you can tell it, but it sure was hot. Pardon my bald head. I don't think my battery packs were charged up all the way, and I think the heat had something to do with sapping them, but shortly after this, I lost my camera feed. And that's unfortunate because With about 30 to 40 minutes left to fish, I caught my biggest fish of the day. Here's that fish. What a day. That was a lot of fun. Out of 33 anglers, I got second. You can see, guys, in that video that I went a long stretch in the middle of the day where I didn't get any bites. The wind got up in my first spot, and I had to figure something out where I could get out of the wind and fish a little bit, and it ended up paying off there in the afternoon. I think that afternoon bite was really heating up by the time I had to quit, but man, it was really hot out there, and I was ready to get back in the truck and head to the weigh-in. You know, this tournament did a best 3 limit, and out of 33 anglers, only 9 limits were caught, and so it was fishing tough for a lot of people. I had 5, so I would have been good for a 5-fish limit, but I'm proud of the way I fished. I fished clean, which you guys know if you fish tournaments or whatever, that's a big deal. If you don't lose any fish, you really increase your odds of doing well in the tournament. I've had a few tournaments lately where I've lost some fish, and that was really the difference between placing and not placing. So I got 5 bites all day, and I was able to land off 5 of them, and that was the difference. I'd been to Reelfoot Lake probably 5 or 6 times, but it's been probably 10 to 15 years since I'd been there before this weekend of the tournament. So I'm pretty proud of how I finished and how I did in this tournament. And again, shout out to the West Tennessee Bass Yackers Club. I didn't know those guys. Something was put on the NEA Kayak Anglers Club about that tournament, inviting people over, and me and a buddy decided to go do it, and those guys were super friendly. You know, that's something I really like about the kayak angler scene, is the friendliness, the willing to share information and to help one another. I found that to be really cool over the past 2 years about kayak bass fishing. Friendliness is hard to come by sometimes in today's world. I just want to read a couple of quick passages that touch on this subject. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24 says, "A man who has friends must himself be friendly, but there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother." That's a wise saying. If we want to have friends, if we want to have people that we can share times with, like this bass fishing tournament, and we got to be friendly. That's kind of a no-brainer, but these are wise words. If we want friends, we need to be friendly. Another verse that comes to mind is, of course, Ephesians 4, verse 32, that says, "Be kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ forgave you." Those are both good verses to live by. We could all probably improve our friendliness and our kindness from time to time. And what a better place the world would be if everyone in the world just worked on being kind and friendly each day. Be kind, be kind, be kind. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see y'all next time.